In a major decision, the Puri Jagannath Temple Managing Committee has decided to request the Odisha government to allow the Archaeological Survey of India to reopen and repair the Ratna Bhandara of the temple during Rath Yatra next year. Puri District Collector Samarth Verma informed about the huge development while speaking to media persons after a crucial meeting of the temple management today. According to Verma, the decision was taken after the ASI sought a letter to Sri Jagannath Temple Administration requesting permission to conduct a survey of the treasure trove of the Sri Jagannath. The announcement came amid increasing demands from all quarters to open the Ratna Bhandara of the 12th century shrine. The Ratna Bhandara was last opened in April 2018 with participation of a 16-member team including experts of the ASI. The team, however, could not go beyond the outer chamber of the treasure house, informing that the keys of the inner room of the Ratna Bhandara were missing. According to statements of the Odisha government, the inventory of the invaluable ornaments of the deities kept in the Ratna Bhandara was last carried out in 1978. The enumeration had revealed presence of 149 kilograms, 460 grams gold and 184 kilograms of silver ornaments of the deities at the Ratna Bhandara.
सबू मैनेजिंग कमिटी मानकू अवगत करागला कि आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया तरफ रत्न भंडारा इंस्पेक्शन पाई चीफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर टेम्पल को लेटर कराई छी से लेटर से माने रत्न भंडार को इंस्पेक्शन करबा पाई रिक्वेस्ट करी छंती और नेसेसरी सपोर्ट मांगू छंती हमारा एही लेटर ऊपरे और एएसआई रा रिक्वेस्ट ऊपरे डिटेल डिस्कशन करागला मैनेजिंग कमिटी रे आजी और अलगा अलगा जो इश्यूज रहउछि हमारा इंस्पेक्शन को नहीं करी के कि यदि नॉर्मल समय रे इंस्पेक्शन करा जीवो तो को प्रकार रा इश्यू अराइज होगो रथ यात्रा बड़े इंस्पेक्शन करा जीवो तो को प्रकार रा इश्यू अराइज होगो अब डिटेल डिस्कशन कल्ला परे ए डिसीजन करागला कि रथ यात्रा बड़े यदि हमें इंस्पेक्शन पाई अलाउ करबा एएसआई को तो कौन सी प्रकार नीति रे प्रॉब्लम आसीबो नहीं महाप्रभुंकरा और जो लक्ष्य लक्ष्य लोक माने दर्शन पाई मंदिर जाउछंती तांकर दर्शन व्यवस्था भी भलो भाबरे चालू रही परिबो सेति पाई मैनेजिंग कमिटी एकमत हेले कि नेक्स्ट रथ यात्रा माने 2024 का जो रथ यात्रा होबो से समय रे एएसआई को इंस्पेक्शन करबा पाई गुटे रिकमेंडेशन हमें स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को देबा कि मैनेजिंग कमिटी एग्री करूची और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को रिकमेंडेशन दिया दिबो कि नेक्स्ट ईयर रथ यात्रा पड़े आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया रा जो टीम रहउची से माने हमारा रत्न भंडारा इनर रत्न भंडारा इंस्पेक्शन करी परिबे कि इन दी मीनवाइल गुटे टेक्निकल कमिटी फॉर्मेशन करा जाऊ जो तरह की आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया रा लोक माने रोंतु हमारा सेवायत मैनेजिंग कमिटी मेंबर माने रोंतु और टेम्पल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रा सीनियर इंजीनियर माने रोंतु ए टेक्निकल कमिटी प्रथमे मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करिवो जेमती आजिकली गुड़ाई मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी रहउची जेमती लेजर स्कैनिंग और अलग अलग सर्वे मैकेनिज्म से सर्वे मैकेनिज्म द्वारा ए टेक्निकल कमिटी प्रथमे एक्सटर्नल असेसमेंट करिवे रत्न भंडारा की तारा स्ट्रक्चरल कंडीशन केमती रहउची और नेक्स्ट मैनेजिंग कमिटी रे से तांकरा रिपोर्ट को प्रेजेंट करिवे और ए रिकमेंडेशन भी आजी डिस्कशन हेला परे एक्सेप्ट करागला मैनेजिंग कमिटी और गुटे इंपोर्टेंट निष्पत्ति आजी नहीं थी कि गवर्नमेंट को नेक्स्ट रथ यात्रा रत्न भंडार खोलिबा रिकमेंडेशन संग्रे से माने गुटे रत्न भंडार खोलिबार सुपरविजन करबा पई गुटे हाई लेवल टीम पई भी रिक्वेस्ट करिवे जो तरह की प्रेफरेबली जने सुप्रीम कोर्ट रिटायर्ड जस्टिस बा जने ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट रिटायर्ड जस्टिस ताकू चेयर करिवे से माने रत्न भंडार इनर रत्न भंडार खोलिबार सबु जिनसेटा को सुपरवाइज करिवे।
The Supreme Court on Wednesday commenced hearing on a batch of petitions challenging abrogation of Article 370 of the Constitution that bestowed special status on the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud is conducting day-to-day hearing in the matter. As the apex court resumes hearing of the third day today, it's time to take a look at the timeline and the major developments that have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir after abrogation of Article 370. August 2019, thousands of students and tourists were asked to leave Indian-administrated Kashmir citing terror threat on India-Pakistan border. Around 45,000 troops were deployed. 4th August 2019. Many political leaders, including former Jammu and Kashmir CM Mufti Omar Abdullah, were put under house arrest. 5th August 2019. Union Home Minister Amit Shah moved a resolution to withdraw Article 370 and Article 35A of the Constitution in the Rajya Sabha.
जम्मू और कश्मीर भारत का अंग है, अभिन्न अंग है। इसके बारे में कोई कानूनी या संवैधानिक विवाद नहीं है। हमारे संविधान ने जम्मू कश्मीर की जो सीमाएं तय करी है और जम्मू कश्मीर के संविधान ने जम्मू कश्मीर की जो सीमाएं तय की है उसके अंदर पाक ऑक्यूपाई कश्मीर और अक्साई चीन दोनों समाहित।
6th August 2019. Lok Sabha passed the statutory resolution and the Reorganization Act, which was approved in the Rajya Sabha on the previous day, and special status granted to Jammu and Kashmir was revoked. 9th August 2019. Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 was passed in the Parliament, splitting the state of Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. 23rd October 2019. Local body elections were held in Srinagar even as opposition parties boycotted the polls. 13th March 2020. Political leaders, including former Jammu and Kashmir CM Farooq Abdullah, were released from house arrest. Property rights to non-residents of Jammu and Kashmir. Before the abrogation of Article 370A and 35A, non-residents of Jammu and Kashmir were not allowed to buy land. Soon after the withdrawal of special status, the centre issued a notification amending the Jammu and Kashmir Development Act, dropping the permanent residence phrase. With this, now outsiders can also buy land in Jammu and Kashmir provided it is not an agricultural land. No separate flag. Constitution earlier, Jammu and Kashmir had its own flag and a constitution under the special status. Jammu and Kashmir had its own panel code known as the Ranbir Panel Code. But with the removal of special status, the government offices hoisted India's national flag. Domicile equality for women. The women residents of Jammu and Kashmir who married a non-resident man used to lose their rights to buy property in the former state. Even their spouses were not treated as Jammu and Kashmir residents, not allowing them to buy property too. But with withdrawal of special status, the spouses of these women got domicile status, which allowed them to buy property and apply for government jobs. Stone pelters denied passport. The centre recently denied not to issue Indian passports to those involved in anti-Indian activities, including stone pelting. All eyes are now on the verdict of the bench of the Supreme Court.
Thousands of people have been marooned in different parts of Odisha after flooding in the Mahanadi river basin on Friday, following relentless rain in the upper catchment areas over the last few days. As per sources, around 8.6 lakh cusecs of water is flowing at Mundali this morning. While the water level is currently 92.60 feet in upstream, it is 90.30 feet in downstream. In a little respite, the water level has been receding since 11 pm last night. The Mahanadi and its tributaries have swelled, and as a result, many villages in Banki and Athagad have been inundated. Several villages in Nayagad, Baud and Sonpur have also been waterlogged. It is also expected that the floodwater will inundate many more low-lying areas in Puri, Kendrapada and Jagatsinghpur. Hundreds of acres of paddy fields in 9 Gram Panchayats of Banki and Tigiria blocks have been submerged in the floodwater. Moreover, many roads and bridges have also been submerged in Nayagad district. Meanwhile, Brahmani and Baitarani rivers have breached the danger marks at many places in Keonjhar, Dhenkanal, Jajpur and Bhadrak. Several villages, temples, religious places and educational institutions have been waterlogged due to overflowing rivers. Though the water level has receded a little bit in Baitarani river, Brahmani is still in spate. The state government has ordered the collectors of all the districts to remain in full preparedness to meet any kind of eventualities arising out of the flood situation. At least 106 rescue teams are fully ready to carry out rescue and evacuation measures in 13 districts. 13 ODRAF and 85 fire services teams have been deployed in the flood-affected areas. As per the latest reports coming in, the overflowing floodwater has reportedly caused extensive damage to vegetable cultivation on acres of land in Cuttack, Banki, Athagad, Khordha and Baliapatna.
Ending weeks of impasse, the Puri Sri Jagannath Temple Managing Committee on Friday agreed to conduct the Banakalagi ritual of Lord Jagannath twice a month on Wednesdays. In case there are other rituals on a particular Wednesday, then the ritual can be conducted on Thursday, informed Puri Collector Samarth Verma. The Banakalagi ritual, the most important make-up ritual of Lord Jagannath and his sibling deities, has been an issue of contention between the Sri Jagannath Temple administration and the servitors of the 12th century shrine since the completion of Rath Yatra this year. As per the Srimandir record of rites, Banakalagi Niti should be held at least 4 times a month, but a reported dispute between the SJTA and the Datta Mahapatra servitors has resulted in the disruption of the ritual over the last few weeks. Sources said, while the Datta Mahapatra servitors keep insisting on conducting the ritual every Thursday, the SJTA has been keen on doing it on Wednesdays and hence giving rise to the dispute. It is pertinent to mention here that Lord Jagannath had been without his customary weekly Banakalagi Shringar ritual since Niladri Bija this year, which was held on July 1st.
A team of the Archaeological Survey of India on Friday morning arrived at the Gyanvapi Mosque premises in Uttar Pradesh, Varanasi to conduct a survey of the complex. Amid tight security, a scientific survey of the complex began at nearly 7 am. The survey will go on till 12 noon and will again be undertaken from 3 to 5 pm today. The Allahabad High Court yesterday allowed ASI to conduct the survey, which aims to determine whether the 17th century mosque was constructed over a pre-existing structure of a Hindu temple.
बिल्कुल कल जो है माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने फैसला दिया था सर्वे के लिए। जिला कोर्ट के उस आदेश को बहाल कर दिया था, मुस्लिम पक्ष के प्रार्थना पत्र को डिसमिस कर दिया था। इसलिए उस फैसले के बाद आज जो है सर्वे होना है और सर्वे के लिए पूरी तैयारी जो है एसआई की टीम कर चुकी है, जिला प्रशासन कर चुका है और हम लोग भी निकल रहे हैं। हम लोग भी जो है पूरी तैयारी के साथ जो है उस ज्ञानवापी परिसर में पहुंच रहे हैं जहां सर्वे होना है। इसलिए ये आज का दिन हमारे लिए बहुत अहम का दिन है। आज जो है ये जो कदम हम लोग जो ज्ञानवापी की तरफ बढ़ रहा है और ये जो सर्वे होगा, ये इतिहास रचने की ओर कदम बढ़ रहा है। इस फैसले के बाद, एएसआई सर्वे के बाद जो आज का दिन सर्वे होगा और ये सर्वे जब समाप्त होगा और जब रिपोर्ट जो है न्यायालय के पटल पर आएगा, वो दिन ऐतिहासिक होगा और ज्ञानवापी परिसर का जो इतिहास है वो अपने आप को पुनः जो है रिवर्स करेगा। अब ये तो कहना भाई मुस्लिम पक्ष को रहना है। पिछले जो 5.5 घंटे जो 24 तारीख को 24 जुलाई को जो सर्वे हुआ था, उस सर्वे का उन्होंने बायकॉट कर दिया था। वो नहीं गए थे उस परिसर में, सर्वे के दौरान उपस्थित नहीं थे। तो ये तो मुस्लिम पक्ष बताएगा, हम कैसे कह सकते हैं कि वो रहेंगे कि नहीं रहेंगे। लेकिन उम्मीद किया जा रहा है कि उनको रहना चाहिए और रहेंगे। देखिए, अब चाबी नहीं मिलेगा तो प्रशासन समझेगा कैसे करवाना है, चाबी खुलवाना है, क्या करना है, ये प्रशासन की जिम्मेदारी है और प्रशासन ये जिम्मेदारी को प्रशासन करेगा, तय करेगा कि कैसे करवाए। क्योंकि एसआई को करना है, चाहे ताला खोल के करे चाहे ताला तोड़वा के करे। एसआई को सारे बिंदुओं, सारे उस बैरिकेटिंग का जो 91-30 का बैरिकेटिंग विवादित परिसर है, उस पूरे परिसर का सर्वे करना है। अब कैसे करवाएगा, कहाँ भाई क्या जरूरत पड़ेगी, किसकी क्या, अब ये बताना बड़ा मुश्किल है। लेकिन हमारी जहाँ तक समझ है 15 से लेकर 30 दिनों का समय लगेगा, ये हमारी समझ है। हो सकता है बढ़ जाए, हो सकता है घट जाए, क्योंकि अब ये तो तय एसआई बता सकता है। इस मामले में समय सीमा हम नहीं बता पाएंगे।
देखिए, लगने की बात है, टीम वाले ही बताएंगे कितना दिन लग जाएगा। लेकिन सत्य तो यह है कि यही सर्वे हुआ था, यही सर्वे अयोध्या में राम मंदिर का हुआ था तो 7-8 महीने लगे थे। अभी टीम तेज चलेगी, इतना तेज चले टीम करेगी। एक संस्था है, निजी संस्था कर रही है और सरकारी है, उस पर हमला करना उचित नहीं है।
The Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) has released an important notice regarding realignment of student strength for the next 3 years. The CBSE has decided to relax the number of students per section from 40 to 45 for a period of 3 years, the 2023-24, 2024-25 and 2025-26 academic session. This will be done to rationalize the number of students who are already enrolled in the school. During this period of 3 years, the schools have been asked to realign the student strength to 40 students per section. The CBSE letter reads, the schools are expected to systematically and gradually reduce and maintain the strength in all sections up to the level of 40 per section over the next 3 years so that the ratio mentioned in the rule is followed in letter and spirit. The board further said that the exception shall not be treated as a change of rule to increase the section strength to 45 students per section beyond the time of 3 years. The schools are required to utilize this permission of 45 students per section judiciously and ensure that the section strength are realigned to 40 students per section in each class over the next 3 years by regulating the admissions for junior classes. Heavy rainfall and strong gusty winds blew away roof of a 5T school library in Gajapati district of Odisha. The incident occurred at a school in Jatgarh area of R. Udaygiri block at around 9 am today. No injuries were reported in the incident, even though a student was present inside the library room at the time. All furniture and books kept inside the room were left drenched in the downpour after the roof was blown off. The school staff immediately shifted all the books and other stationery equipments to another room. The students and teachers of the school have urged the administration to repair the building immediately. They have expressed angst over use of tin roof on the schoolrooms instead of concrete structure. Locals have also shown grave concerns over improper construction of the school infra, even though the education institute has been upgraded under the Odisha government's 5T initiative.